Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Welcome to episode 234. Easy one to remember today. Chocolate donut. Why have I called it a chocolate donut? Because it looks like a chocolate donut. You probably saw just then, didn't you? But I can't see it now because the suction tube's in the way. But yeah, this lady, it's a really difficult one, this one. It was so compacted and so firmly wedged in. It was really difficult to remove. This was a home visit for a lovely lady, only around the corner from me. But yeah, it looks like a chocolate donut because, for a start, it's dark brown. It's been in there quite a long time. And you can see in the very centre of it, there's a tiny little dent, a little hole. There you go, you can just see it there. And you're thinking, why is that there? The lady's, hopefully she hasn't poked anything in there. I don't think she did. But she wears hearing aids, and that's probably the tip of the hearing aid when she pushes it in. I don't think she'd had this done before, certainly not for a very long time. And it's just, when she put her hearing aid in there, it's just put a little dent inside, right in the centre. So it's made it appear like a chocolate donut. No sprinkles on this one. I do love a good donut. I love a Krispy Kreme. If anyone's watching from Krispy Kreme, my address is in the bio. Feel free to send some. I have a particularly weak. I've got a very sweet tooth. I know I shouldn't. But yeah, love a donut. Especially the filled ones. Squirt everywhere. Sorry, I'm getting digressed. I'm getting distracted by donuts. I'm a bit like Homer Simpson. Donuts. So what I'm having to... Now, I could have made this a lot easier for myself than I already am. Because I'm a bit stubborn, me, to a fault. Just kind of keep going sometimes when you have to. Sometimes you have to take a step back and think, hang on a minute. But it was still going and it was still moving, and I was separating it away from the edges. But yes, it would have been a lot easier if I'd have got some oil in there. Probably thinking, why hasn't he got any olive oil in there? That'll make that a lot easier. I did look whilst I was on this home visit. Obviously, I pack all my stuff up. I have a carry case for the suction machine, and then I have a little. Not a suitcase really, you know them cases that you take on holiday that fit in hand luggage, like a trolley thing. I put everything in there, and off I popped. And I had a look inside to see if I'd got some, because I always take some with me. Couldn't find it. I thought, oh no, I hope it's not a difficult deep dry one. So because I've got no olive oil for it. Now you might call that a man look, because I actually did find it. I looked again when I saw the second ear. Thought, oh no, I'm sure I've not got it in there. So I looked again, and yes, I found it. So this probably would have taken less than half the time, this one. But I genuinely couldn't find it at the time. But we're still making progress. We still got it out in the end. Managed to roll it up into a bit of a ball from the base and the left-hand side there. So I've come out again, and I'm going at the other side, towards the top and the right hand side of it, to try and separate that from the canal wall. You can clearly see the little mark there, can't you? So yeah, what you're trying to do here, you're trying to separate it from all the edges, and then it can come out a bit easier. I do get a few asked, why don't you use those? A lot of people describe them as spatulas. Now, I've never heard it called a spatula. I don't even know what the proper name for it is, but you'll see it's like a little flat edge steel spoon. You see them in a lot of these videos when they're done in the Far East usually. I know I've explained this before, because earwax in the Far East is generally a lot drier, so that you probably would need more tools than suction over there. But they're not generally used over here, those things. I don't feel they're particularly safe, to be honest with you, because it is a sharp tool, and by the nature of what you're trying to do, you're trying to get around the side of it and kind of scrape it inwards. Too much risk involved for that, for me. It's probably why you won't see any of the other practitioners in the UK using them, because the skin, particularly in this part, this is really deep down, this is in the bony portion of the ear, and the skin's so thin, and if you're just scraping along the side of it, it wouldn't take much to break that skin. Then you're opening it up to infection, obviously be uncomfortable for the patient. So as a rule of thumb, we generally don't use those kind of spatulas, whatever they're called. Spatulas, I said in one of my response to comments videos, there's only one purpose for spatulas, and that's for scraping raw cake mix out of the bowl before you cook it, so you can get it back in there, or to have a quick go of it. So you can see it's finally starting to move upwards. Now I've managed to separate it from all the edges. It's starting to roll upwards. Someone did ask as well, can you slow it down sometimes when it's coming out of the ear? I think I did try and do that on there. Not the healthiest looking of eardrum there, it's just a bit scarred. This lady obviously has difficulty hearing anyway. What was I just saying then? Oh yeah, can you slow it down? So I did figure out how to do that. I think I did it on that one. What happened though, obviously I leave the audio in, and if someone's talking or saying something at the same time, it slows down the sound of that, and it made one of them sound really weird. You know, if someone says, oh wow, that feels great, what have you. If that slowed down, you go, that's great, wow. Do you know what I mean? It made it sound really odd. So if no one's talking, I will slow the odd one down if it looks like I've whipped it out too quick. But if they're talking, it's going to make some really odd sounds. Yeah, this was the bit that gave me so much trouble. It was an absolute faff, because I can already tell that this is stuck pretty much all the way down to the eardrum, and it's probably stuck in the recess as well to the right hand side there. So and it's so dry. This is why I was cursing myself for not finding the oil. It was so dry, it's so difficult to get a grip of, because if you're listening to the sound, what you'll notice is if you can still hear the passage of sound, the passage of air, sorry, like the noise, that means you've not got a perfect seal on it. And so I'm searching around trying to get a perfect seal, so I've just not got enough. If you get the perfect seal, that's when you get the power, that then you can start pulling it up. But I just couldn't get it at all. I've just noticed then, can you see my fingers there? I've got two perfectly thinking. If you've noticed them before, I'll tell you how I got those. If not how you think, whatever it is you're thinking, odd place to get two little sores, two little blisters. I was putting up a trampoline for my daughter at the weekend. As some of you might know, she's a very keen gymnast. She's determined to make the Olympics. Who knows, one day, you might have seen some videos I posted on her doing it. She's incredible. Scares the crap out of me when she's doing some of the things that she does. But anyway, I was putting a trampoline up for her because she wanted it to practice doing the flips and the somersaults and all that. And I don't know if anyone's ever put one up, but when you get these special tool where you have to grab the spring and obviously pull it really tight and then hook it in all the way around. And I probably should have worn gloves because it ripped the skin off. I was having to pull it that tight. So that's why I've got those two little marks there. It's very sore as well. When you put in Alka-Gel on, when you obviously I use this to clean me out. I used to have more trouble, so I use this as well. Alcohol gel. If anyone's any other healthcare practitioners or anyone in general, if you ever washed your hands and forgot you've got a little cut in it and you put Alka-Gel on it, you'll know how that feels. So yeah, I eventually found the oil, thank goodness, and here it is. And you can already see it moving, can't you, this thing? Still difficult to get out, don't get me wrong, but you can just see, can't you, as I'm pulling it away. Especially to the right hand side of it there, that's where it was probably stuck around that bend there. But it came out pretty easily as soon as I got that in. I was just cursing myself that I couldn't find it any sooner. This is recorded with the old endoscope, by the way. The old light source, sorry, you saw in the previous video. You know, I got a new one. It broke just after this visit, the next home visit it was. I couldn't tell you exactly how. Like I said before, it was a bit of a chaotic visit. Lady was jumping around all over the place, and oh, it was just a bit of a nightmare. Anyway, I've got a new one now anyway. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. But for now, take care of yourself. See you soon. Ta-da.